Jack has been sitting on a secret since October of 2023. You naughty, naughty boy. On a trip to Japan, he was introduced to a car that we caught just a glimpse of in October of 2024. But now Jack can finally spill the beans because the car has finally been revealed. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the all-new 2025 Nissan Patrol. This massive 8-seater stands at a whopping 17.5 feet long, almost 7 feet wide, and over 6 feet tall, that sits on a wheelbase that is a hair over 10 feet long. Now, as you can imagine, there's a lot of real estate to go over, so let's get started. Weighing in at 2,776 kilograms, the 7th generation Patrol's commanding design is led by double C-shaped headlights, which flank a very wide grille and a proud badge, cornered below by LED fog lamps. The roof rails run perpendicular to the chrome accents under the windows, which stretch from the A to the C pillar before it tapers up. Repeaters and cameras are found on the side mirrors, which ekes out over the wide doors and mirrors, all above 20-inch alloys wrapped in 275/60 Yokohamas. Combined with the adaptive air suspension, it keeps the Patrol 244 millimeters above the road. The C-shaped lamps are mirrored at the rear with a light bar that spans almost the entire width of 7 feet, finished with a spoiler that houses a third brake lamp. At its reins is a twin-turbo V6 that pushes out 425 horses and 700 Newton-meters of torque. An engine designated as VR35DD-TT, a relative of the GTR mill, mated to a 9-speed automatic with push-button E-shifter and paddle shift. Push the button for the power tailgate. Now, while we don't have the exact figures of the rear, I can tell you that just eyeballing it, you can easily fit a balikbayan box in there, and even two. But what I wanted to show you is that how this is all flat and you can push the boxes and heavy materials back into the second row backrest very, very easily because it's flat. And more importantly, if you're carrying much heavier items, the air suspension is controlled by the buttons here, so you can bring the car lower and load those heavy items. Also, these seats back here are powered, which is very important. It's what I want to show you next. One button operation or latch, which can help you get easily into the third row. And as I mentioned earlier, this is an 8-seater, which means 3 passengers can actually sit back here. It's a bit on the tight side if you're going to be, let's say, for example, Jack size 3 people. But Earl, myself, and somebody like us, 3 people back here is not going to be an issue. The space is good. The thigh support is also good. And you've got amenities like you can recline the seats ever so slightly. Power recline in the third row is pretty amazing. You've got air vents for the passengers here in the back, cup holders on either side, power outlets in the form of Type C, and of course, that button that I just can't get enough of. That is wild, man. By the way, these seats can also be controlled by the infotainment up front. Let's get to the second row. Now, at the rear, as you can imagine, is very, very spacious. The car, after all, is sitting on a wheelbase that's a hair over 10 feet long. So leg room is absolutely great. Headroom is fantastic. I can easily cross my legs. Toys back here, well, there's a lot. Let's start with what's in the center. You've got air and temperature controls. Underneath that, you've got 2 USB charging points in the form of Type C and a 12-volt socket. Here in the seat, you've got a center armrest with 2 cup holders. Again, more bottle holders on the door. Above that is the Klipsch sign that you see, because the 12-speaker system in here is Klipsch, which is very, very great. But the biggest thing back here would be this infotainment screen that you have. There's a pair of them. Now, this is a 12.8-inch screen that has mirroring functions for your mobile phone, or let's say, for example, for your tablet, which works both for Apple or Android users. Now, what you can do is that you can control the audio system from this panel right here, or you can connect your Bluetooth earphones and listen to your own music. Own music here and own music there. Now, they are both wireless, but if wired is more your thing, there is also an HDMI port and a USB port. So sitting back here, you can be in your own world. You have your own infotainment. You can link anything there. You can watch a movie, perhaps maybe watch an AutoDeal video that you are subscribed to. We're kind of hoping that. All in the comfort of an automobile and a panoramic roof. Earl, would you open that up for me, please? Ah, look at that. Very nice. Oh, and very bright. How can it be sunny and raining at the same time?
I don't know, man. Kako, your mestizo showing.
My mestizo is showing. It's bagay with the genuine leather seats. Let's sit up front. Excited as I am to be inside this vehicle, as you can tell with my voice and my pace, I'm going to slow it down here up front because there's a lot really to talk about. There's a lot of tech that they've put inside the 2025 all-new Nissan Patrol. Let's start from top to bottom. You have your SOS button found up here. Controls for your sunroof, of course. Your rear view mirror, it switches from either just a mirror or a camera that's mounted at the rear, part of the 360, obviously. That technology is, we've seen that on Nissan cars before. What we haven't seen on Nissan cars before is this monolith display, which is essentially two 14-inch screens, and they call it the monolith display because when you add it together, it's 28 inches of wow. It's really, really wide. It's full color display. You've got all your functions that you need for your infotainment here that connects via wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Your computers directly in front of you give you all the information that you need, which can be controlled, both of these screens, from the buttons on the steering wheel right here. What I, as a smaller person, appreciate is that the screens were actually fit in to be lower so that it does not at all impede your vision. Like, I can literally see the hood of the vehicle before I can get a glimpse of the touch screens, which is very, very nice.
And very rare.
And very rare. Well, for my height, or are you just
your height?
My height. Okay. Thanks, Jack. In the center here, it's quite large but spacious at the same time. So you've got buttons that will immediately control your audio and your camera and your track for your audio. You have controls for your heated and cooled seats. Of course, it's a Patrol. And your air control right here. So Jack is very, very happy because of this button and this button as well, because he can get to it immediately. Your four-wheel drive and locking rear differential buttons can be found here, including your cruise control. You have your drive modes. No, not drive modes. Terrain modes is what you have here, including hill descent, start-stop button. And then rather than a shifter knob, you have buttons found here, which are very easy to get used to, very, very flat. And what that does is that it allows for so much more space in the center. You've got a wireless charger that is out of the way. You have two USB charging points that are Type-C, cup holders here, and then a huge box here in the...
What's it say?
It's a cool box!
It's really cool.
Oh my gosh, it's really cool. You can turn it on and... Wow! Hey, that's good for a bottle of tequila or a couple of...
No, not in the car.
Not in the car, sorry. Leather all over this place, from top...
Genuine at that.
Genuine. From top to mid. Wow, to the seats. There's flowers in here. And all over in the center. I did mention that there was a lot of space because if you look underneath, there's a lot of space here, which I'm pretty sure we can fit Jack's very large bottle, but we won't know obviously until we take this car out for a proper behind the wheel review, which we will, and you don't want to miss it, so please do subscribe to our channel. What you guys don't know that behind the camera, Jack is absolutely giddy because he was the first one to actually see this car so many years ago. And there are a few trick functions here up front that he would like to share with you. Jack, give me the camera.
Okay.
Come on, just give me that. I know you're excited. You sit up here, I'll go there.
Okay.
Or you want to sit there? I'll be there. What?
Wait, what's Earl here for? He can hold the camera.
Oh yeah, Earl, hold the camera, man.
Okay, there's a bunch of cool things here in the screen. Actually, it's mainly to do with the camera. So if I pop it into reverse,
Yeah.
you can see that obviously you have your standard surround view monitor. And then if you go through here, you have like a wide screen where you can look at the rear end and both sides of the tire. And then obviously you have this. But the best thing about this, which I have to find first, another cool feature is the invisible hood feature, so that there's nothing under us right now, but the car will like paint a picture so that you can see what's underneath. Yeah, check that out, huh?
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
That's
check
pretty
it out.
cool, right? So if we go back to, we can do 3D mode. Obviously, that's pretty cool. But now here's another really cool thing that you guys, your minds
Show me
will be blown.
already.
Check it out. Whoa!
Oh, it's the whole
the whole screen. So if you just really want an extra super duper wide view of what you want to see outside, it just shows.
It's both screens.
It's both screens. So even this wide panoramic view, it just goes.
That's sick.
That's pretty cool, right? So there's a lot of other cool tech in this car, such as Nissan Pro Pilot, which we hope to show you guys in our review. So like as Kako said, subscribe so you don't miss out. Now,
Can I have the camera and the microphone back now, please?
okay, I'll hold. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
You're the guy that suggested for me to do this section.
For 20 seconds. I didn't want you to do it for a whole minute. Where was the sun like 5 minutes ago? Oh, we're rolling. Sorry. The 2025 Nissan Patrol, the all-new Nissan Patrol, starts at 5,335,000 Philippine pesos. Now, I say starts because you'd think there'd be variants, right? No, there is only one variant of the car. What changes the price is it depends on what particular color you want. The most expensive will be this particular model right here, which has a blacked out roof and is white. And then it comes in other colors like it's monotone white and gray and whatnot. For specs, prices, even interior colors, head on over to AutoDeal.com.ph where we have all the information for you, or download our app, which can help you get the best car at the best price. Also, do subscribe to our channel because we will most definitely take this car out for a proper behind the wheel. And no, Jack, you're not gonna drive it. I am.
What? Well, that's fine. Serious? Wait. Serious? Serious? You're driving?
I don't know, yeah, why?
Okay.